Yo, what's going on, guys? Toxikagi. Bit of an awkward setup here, but standby. We've got it. So, gonna do a quick unboxing of this, and then it's gonna transition into the reaction video. If you want to skip straight to the reactions, then I'm gonna leave a timestamp in the description, so it should auto link to the play bar if you just hover over it. Let's get to opening this first. Alright, so this is a very awkward setup. I have no real place to put my phone. I just peeled off the address because I'm not trying to get doxxed. I guess I'm just gonna have to one-hand it. Let me grab scissors. This is so bad. I don't. There's really no better way for me to do this, so this is just how it's gonna be. I'm trying to make this quick because there's really not much to see when I'm just opening a box. Alright, that's all from the box. Put that down there. Alright. Here. So I did obviously order the album and the, what do you call it? I don't even know what to call it. You know, the Blu-ray. So, it's upside down. There we go. Fear and Loathing Las Vegas Standby, released May 20th. That's today. Sick. And the standard album. That was a good, like, I think that was like over 10,000 yen altogether. But, you know, it is what it is. We do what we can. There's the album. I think the art looks pretty sick. It really has like cocoon vibes, so it's like coming off of that really well, in my opinion. Yeah, I mean, people say it's pretty plain. I guess my only complaint is that it lacks continuity. Like, I don't think I see the Phase 2 plane here. I mean, not that every album has to include the Phase 2 plane, but you know what I mean. But, I mean, it fits the title, Standby. It's like standing by to like some sort of launch off. Looks sick. We got first print bonus. Yeah, this alone was 11,000 yen. So I think this was like 3,000, 3,400. Yeah, so that's like almost 15,000 yen, but I'm not complaining. So the Blu-rays feature Power of Kobe Day 1 and 2, as well as BTS. We got 10 tracks. Energy Overflow we already have from Takanori Nishikawa. I actually haven't listened to it though, so it's new for me. Fits for the new era, Dive in Your Faith. We got album mixes for that, as well as song stealers. I don't know how different that's going to be from the original mix. I'm hoping it's a significantly different mix, because if it's just like the same thing but just volume remastered, then it's kind of, I mean, I have no complaints with the original mixes of those 3 songs, so it's kind of a waste. Kind of interesting that they didn't do it for Until You Die Out, but they did it for Song Stealers, because both of those are pretty new. Obviously Until You Die Out is newer, but I don't know, you know, how they decided the cutoff for, you know, Song Stealers is too old, so we're gonna remix it, but Until You Die Out is new enough to not remix. I don't know, but it is what it is. Yeah, I mean, I'm probably just gonna leave this closed, to be honest. There's no point opening it. I mean, I'm gonna use a sticker inside, throw it on my pedal board case when I get back to the States, but yeah. Alright, I am gonna... Does it have a photo book? Okay, it has a photo book. Alright, let me open it up. Give me 1 second. So as far as off-camera opening goes, I'm only opening that which I cannot or would have a hard time doing with one hand. So all I did was just cut that open. I'm pretty sure the sticker is on the plastic, so I'd like to save the plastic, yeah. Okay, you know, this is another thing that I can't really do easily with one hand. So the camera angle is just gonna have to suffer. Alright, got that off intact enough. Saving that, because I'm that crazy of a fan, I guess. Okay. Alright, So in Cocoon fashion, it looks like some of the art is on this plastic itself. If I recall, Cocoon had like the Cocoon in yellow holographic on this, if I remember correctly. Which, speaking of, how long ago was Cocoon, by the way? Because it doesn't feel like it was any more than a year ago, but I'm pretty sure it was almost 3 years ago, which is just wild to me. Okay, yeah. That is wild. Good God, my screen is dusty. But that is wild. 3 years ago. I mean, it didn't feel like it, to be honest. It's probably because they're always releasing singles, so it doesn't feel like a complete drought of content. Okay, so I'm gonna assume this is just lyrics. Yeah. Okay, let's take a look at the fonts that these read song. Overwrite fits, energy overflow. We already have fist, dive, and song sealers out. Alright. I mean, I bet this like AI uses some of these fonts, and people are gonna be mad about that, but I don't care. It looks good, so it is what it is. Alright, now we got lyrics. Just gonna sort of scroll through a little bit. This is a giant sticker. It is a giant sticker. That is going right on the pedal board. Cocoon did not come with a giant sticker. I would have known if it came with a giant sticker. I know the standard CD came with a standard sticker, but it did not come with a giant sticker. Alright. So is Who I Am going to be like the new Luck Will Be There, which was the new Massive Core, which was the new The Sun Also Rises? We'll see. I mean, by the title, it sounds like it would be, you know, that kind of vibe of a song. I unfortunately do not yet have tickets to any of their... I'm just going to go through like 5 pages, just skipping through randomly. I think this is the same thing I did back when Cocoon released. I'm not leaking too much. I mean, a lot of these I think were already out on Twitter anyway, so... Alright, that's all you get. The rest is my eyes only. You gotta buy it yourself if you want to see the rest. What was I saying? I don't remember what I was saying. Okay. Oh yeah, I was talking about tickets to the StandBy tour. I do not yet have tickets because like the only one I can realistically attend is Chiba, and that sold out instantly. I think I complained about this in my last video, so I'm not gonna yap about it too much. But I am still looking for resale tickets, so if someone would like to sell them to me, please. If not, you know, it is what it is. I did see them after Overwrite was released, which was Japan Jam. I was there, hence the shirt I'm wearing right now. But they did not play Overwrite, so I'm assuming they're gonna play it at Satanic, because Satanic Carnival is right after the Chiba show, and I think the Chiba show is the second show in the StandBy tour, and Satanic is literally the next 2 days after that, and they are headlining the first day. Is it the first day or the second day? I think it's the first day Satanic. They're headlining it, they're ending it, so they get the longest set. Surely they play at least some songs from StandBy, at least Overwrite, if not more. So we'll see. And by surely they play songs from StandBy, I am not saying surely they play Until You Die Out, Song of Sealers, Fist of the New Era, or Dive in Your Faith, because they already play those often. Well, they don't play Dive in Your Faith often, but they play the other ones often. Song of Sealers, Until You Die Out, Fist of the New Era, they show up pretty regularly in festival set lists lately, so I don't count that as being on StandBy when I say please play a StandBy song. Without further ado, I do not actually have a CD player in my Japanese apartment right now, so we're just gonna transition to YouTube. Alright, so we're back. I was about to say like what's going on, but this is a continuation. I'm putting the unboxing and the reaction in the same video, so this is a reaction. I have all the tracks pulled up just on YouTube. I had to put them all on separate things because if you go through the auto-generated playlist, it's using the Fist for the New Era music video. Same for Dive in Your Faith and Song of Steelers. The mix is different though, so I had to specifically find this version. I don't think I have them in order right now, but that's why we've got this. So let's start from Overwrite. Obviously, I'm familiar with the song because I just released a reaction to it and I've been listening to it this entire time. But we'll give it another listen because it's a pretty good song. That chorus melody is great, bro. Keys part, amazing. I want to hear this live so bad, man. They better play the Satanic. All right, that was my first time listening to the track while reading the lyrics. So that was pretty good. I mean, it's grown on me since the first time I listened to it. Not that it was bad at first, but solid track. I like the changes that it makes throughout the song, and a great opener to an album. It does, in my opinion, embody "StandBy," especially like the very first sort of phrase that we get thrown into lyrics wise. All right, let's move on to Energy Overflow, which is the Takanori Nishikawa collab, which I actually did not listen to yet. That being said, why is this on the album, dude? The other Wait, how many Takanori Nishikawa collabs do we have? We have Be Affected, but don't we have one more? I actually can't remember. Regardless, Be Affected was not on an album, so I don't know why this is on an album. Yeah, I mean, it's just, I'm pretty sure it's like Energy Overflow is mainly Takanori Nishikawa. Like, it's released under him. So it's not like I'm against a collab song being in an album, but isn't it technically his song featuring Free and Living Las Vegas, not the other way around? So I don't know. It's a little weird, man, but it is what it is. All right, let's listen. First time listening. Yep, that's Takanori Nishikawa, right? I mean, it's so as well, though. I can hear him. All right, very below. Okay. Okay. I'm hearing mainly soul right now, if not only soul. Right, I've heard the chorus before, obviously. Okay, I never pause normally, but I'm gonna pause because I've heard the chorus before, but I swear the chorus was sung by Takanori Nishikawa. So one of two things: either the next chorus is sung by Takanori Nishikawa, and that's the one that I always hear When have I heard it? I think I've heard it in like shorts or whatever. So that's one option. Or two, this is FaLiLV's version of Energy Overflow. But I swear I heard Takanori Nishikawa in the intro. So how are they deciding what to split between like making it the FaLiLV version and not? And then also that makes me think, is this musically different other than just who's singing the lyrics as well, if this is the FaLiLV version? So I never do this, but I'm gonna go back to the beginning to confirm. Am I tripping or was that Takanori Nishikawa in the beginning? And then we're gonna go back to 130 because I heard Taiki come in and I'm excited for that. That's Soul. He was just singing in a lower key, so I thought that was Takanori Nishikawa, but I think I was wrong. All right, so I guess this is a FaLiLV version of Energy Overflow, but I'm at a disadvantage here. I should have listened to Energy Overflow first. What's wrong with me? And the same thing for Drown Out the Noise. I never got around to listening to the Ross version of that, even though I like Ross. It is what it is. Let's go back to one. We are at 135. We're gonna go to 130. Yeah, I've heard this part too. Okay. Okay. And I heard that bass. I'm on the guitar here. All right, close out with the synth line. Okay. That was a solid track. That was actually a lot better than I thought. Not that Be Affected is bad, but I just kind of had that as my standard. And Energy Overflow was a lot better. So yeah, I'm assuming Takanori Nishikawa has a different version that obviously involves So and Minami, but is still different. I don't know if it's musically different or not, so I'm gonna have to listen to that, um, my own time. But that was a solid track, and by the time the third chorus rolled around, I was really into it. I'm not gonna lie, the chorus is actually it hits. All right, now we got Fist of the New Era album mix. I heard one guy on the FaLiLV Discord say that the album mix is worse than the single mix. That being said, the reason I'm disappointed is not because it's worse, because I can't confirm if it really is or isn't, but I'm upset because that means that the mix is not actually like a remix, like a real remix of the song, as in like any changes to the arrangement at all, which is a bit disappointing because you know, that really lowers the amount of new tracks that we have on the album. But I mean, it is what it is, I guess. Let's see, is this album mix really worse than the single mix or not? And will I even notice if it's any different? Let's listen. It might just be in my head, but I feel like there's less lows on the guitar right now. It could also just be because I'm using, like, I listen to FaLiLV mainly on my wireless earbuds on my phone. I don't really listen to it on my desktop because I don't really listen to music unless I'm the kind of guy who only listens to music when I'm wanting to listen to music. I can't really focus on like both productivity and music because I just end up drowning the music out, and at that point, it's not even there's no point even listening to it for me. So I might just be tripping, or it might just be the way that I'm listening to music right now that's different from usual. But I think the guitars have less lows and mids, so it sounds like a lot more um, upper register. Like it cuts through the mix a little bit more, which I don't really think is a good or bad thing. Kind of neutral on it. Yeah, the guitar definitely pops out more. Man, I remember people not being too happy about Fist when it first came out, but I mean, I don't think I was crazy hype, but I wasn't mad at it at all, and it's only gotten better the more I listen to it, and the more I've seen it live. I've seen it live like at least 3 times now. Is it just me or the toms stick out a little bit more than the original mix here? That's a little bit different. Like, I mean, relatively speaking, it's like not different at all. But I swear the synth that just echoes through there either wasn't in the original or is significantly louder this time. That. All right. Obviously, no thoughts about the song. I already knew the song. That being said, the mix. So here's my take, which might be controversial. Um, Maybe not everyone can relate, but when you're tone making, tone crafting on guitar, specifically with amp modelers, a lot of times you'll be running through different, let's say like neural captures of a given amp or a given cab, and there'll be like 10 variations of it. And you run through them all, and even though they're like different from each other, they all sound good. And it's to the extent that you can't choose, you can't really decide which one you want because they're certainly different. I mean, sometimes they're like barely different at all, but a lot of times they're different, but they're still all good. And so it kind of comes down to like, in my head at least, let's say of those 10 options, there was actually, in reality A, there's only one option, and it was option number one. And then in reality B, there's also only one option, but it was option number 10. And in each given reality, I wouldn't complain about the sound. And so it's kind of like having those 10 options, but they're all good. And I'd be happy with any given one of them if I was limited to one of them. It makes it, okay, this is kind of hard to explain. Basically, what I'm saying is this mix of Fist for the New Era feels like almost like a different archetype. It's definitely a different mix slightly, but it's not like one is better than the other, in my opinion. It's sort of just like preset one, so to speak, and preset two. If I'd been serving this album mix the first time and the single mix never existed, I wouldn't complain, is basically what I'm saying. And then, the same vice versa. So I'm definitely going to add the album mix to my playlist just because, I mean, for continuity of having the whole album, and then also because it'll increase the chances of getting Fist of New Era and Shuffle by like that little bit of a percent, which is like worth it. Um, I mean, I know I could just add the same song multiple times to increase the chances, but yeah, I mean, so it's kind of like a lot of hindsight bias, I guess I would say, is because I have the original mix in my head, and so with the original mix in my head, I don't think the original mix has any issues. Um, and so that being said, was making the guitar more prominent in this mix necessary? In my opinion, not at all. But does it make it worse at the same time? Not at all. So it's kind of just, to me, it's unnecessary because the mix was good anyway, and this is also a good mix. It's kind of just like, I mean, I'm sure some really picky people are gonna have a preference, but I don't. So it is what it is. I'm gonna assume "Dive in Your Faith" and "Song of Steelers" are the same, but I'm still gonna listen to them, especially because "Dive in Your Faith" is next. Let's go. Yeah, the guitars are kind of the same on this, as in what they did to the guitars on Fist it seems to be the same for Dive immediately. Yeah, I mean, the clarity between the synth and the guitars is a lot. Like there's like a notable audible gap in my opinion, where I can distinctly hear both. Um, which isn't a good or bad thing. It kind of depends. Obviously, you can overdo it. You can just totally destroy the EQ and just cut everything on like guitars, and then make do the same for synth, and then make them sound very sterile but separated. I don't think this is that, but I'm just saying, obviously that's one extreme, and then the other extreme is like not EQing it at all and just having them sit on top of each other and clashing. Because obviously synth and guitars do tend to occupy a lot of the same frequencies. Um, that being said, it's kind of the same as Fist for me. I don't think they overdid the separation here, but I also don't think it was necessary. So I don't think it's a good or bad thing. It kind of just like this is like another flavor, so to speak. This is another flavor that's still just equally good so far. I mean, I'm freaking 20 seconds in, so let me stop talking. I gotta sneeze.
Actually, monster truck sneeze. I hate allergies, bro. All right, let's go back 5 seconds. I've actually never heard Dive live because they don't bring Son Minami's guitars to festivals. Okay, guitars are a lot. Okay, and the synth is different here. Whoa. Okay. It's so weird. They decided to change like nothing but that. I mean, they changed the mix, but like. Yeah, that ending part is like significant. I mean, musically, it's not like significantly different, but they totally changed out that synth sound. And then the guitar part right before that seemed to pop more. But I mean, in a little bit of a different way than the other guitar parts. Um, I don't know enough about producing and mixing to describe it properly, but yeah, I mean, I have the same thoughts as Fist. Basically, it's like good flavor. This other flavor exists. They're both good. That being said, one comment that I had while I was like listening to that, just like looking at the lyric book, which I believe I showed in the view from my phone. It's a very personal opinion, but I don't like how like each graphic is like very similar. That being said, they are still. It's not like random freaking like effects because if we go through from the first page through to the like through the pages, it's like going through like a black hole or something like that. Like there is you can very clearly tell that it's like telling a story because by the time you reach the like it gets brighter and brighter by the time it's the end, it's like a total flashbang. So there is like purpose there. That being said, it's a very personal thing for me, as in like it's a very opinionated view, which is like I'm kind of like retarded or something. So it's like I when I watch like music videos and like visual stuff, I like to have like it change a lot. So for that reason, I kind of think like FaLiLV music videos are pretty mid in their setting. Their energy is obviously off the charts, but like I don't know. It's not like I want the music video to tell a story. Obviously, it's great if it does, but that's not a necessity for me. But it's just like if the setting is just them playing in the same place, no matter how good the camera work really is, um, or you know how much they change the lighting in said setting, it's kind of boring when it's the same setting, or even if it's like slightly different settings, but you can tell it's like the same place. To me, that's kind of it's not like a game breaker because obviously I still like the FaLiLV music videos, but it's significantly worse than if they were to be going from all these different places. Um, so you know, for that reason, like LLLD is a pretty good music video in my opinion. Um, you know, you can kind of still tell it's all shot in the same place mostly. I mean, we have like the roadside where they're walking, and then we have like inside that bar, and then even like the breakdown is shot inside that bar. So a lot of the scenes are like from you can tell it's like from the same like settings. Like oh, we shot here, we shot here, we shot here. But I think it's still diverse enough that it keeps it interesting, as opposed to something like Step of Terror, Let Me Hear, which are still great music videos. Especially you know, Let Me Hear has like the black balls thematically. Um, and the lighting changes, but it is still like the same. It's just a white studio. So to me, that's a little bit boring, at least again, comparatively to other stuff. So following that same logic, like let me stop ranting like an old man, or not ranting, rambling like an old man. Um, I would have preferred it if the scenery from each picture was like significantly different. That being said, that would clash thematically with what they're trying to do for Standby. So it is what it is. But I think I remember Cocoon was it was like cities, like cityscapes, and then it was like more dystopian and then more utopian, if I remember correctly. That's at least better than this, but that is also kind of still kind of boring, to be honest, because it's like, oh, a city, oh, a city, oh, a city. Um, but yeah, I mean, that's just like, I get why they didn't do it, because it literally does it, like it clashes with what they were trying to go for. So I'm not saying they should have done it. I'm just saying personally, I just find it boring, because I'm like, I'm flipping to a new page. I'm like, oh boy, what's the picture this time? Oh, it's more or less similar to the last page. So, you know, that's my I was gonna say 2 cents, but I think I've been rambling for like 3 freaking minutes about this. So it's like my 15 cents, my dime and a, oh my god, I forgot, a dime and a nickel. I'm slow. All right, let's go on from dive. All right, we got drown out the noise and push out the trash, or push through the trash. This is the Ross collab, I believe. Obviously, I mean, surely this is the FaLiLV version. I believe this is the debut of the FaLiLV version, and I'm yet to even listen to the Ross version because I just haven't found the time. My bad. Um, But hey, at least I get now the unique perspective that probably most FaLiLV fans don't get to experience. Actually, I feel like a lot of people probably just hate Ross. Not a lot, but I know there's definitely a amount of people that hate Ross. So maybe I'm not very unique in listening to this version before the Ross version, but um, it's still. I'm assuming most people have heard the Ross version first, so this is a slightly more unique perspective. All right, this is the first song that's new that I'm listening to. So let me just give some expectations and thoughts. So if we're thinking back to original Repaint and then Repaint for Low version and the differences between those songs, um, one criticism that people have that I agree with but don't think is a big deal is that the screams on Repaint are sterile because they had to be translatable into Choo-Choo's parts, which are not screams. So it's people say that Minami doesn't do like this technique and that technique. He's kind of just sterile. It's just like default scream, so to speak. I think there's some truth to that. I don't really care, or I mean, I do care because I'd like to see Minami's whole range of abilities. But I don't think it's a big deal, especially because it's just one song. It's not like he's doing it for every song. He's just like killing any of his variations, just doing the same thing. So I don't think it's like a huge deal. I think Repaint is a very very good song. It's definitely up there with my top full of songs. And but differences speaking from the original Ross version to the FaLiLV version, the biggest takeaway by far is solo, right? Which Minami plays, which no one expected. Um, the solo is completely different. I mean, in the Ross version, it's just octaves, and then in the Repaint, in the FaLiLV version, it's a full blown solo. Not that octaves aren't a solo, but it's a solo that is in octaves. um, so would I be wise in anticipating that level of change? Um, I think so. That being said, would I even realize that level of change? I did not listen to the original. So without without further rambling, let's just listen. Oh, actually, it would be nice if there was like intricate bass parts, but knowing that Rachel plays bass while singing, which is crazy impressive by the way, it's a lot harder than it looks. I mean, I know that she usually plays simpler stuff, but sometimes there'll be like slightly different rhythms that are hard to sing along to. So I know that she does that, so it's unlikely, but maybe if there was a part where she's not singing and then she's playing bass, so therefore there's like a break in the vocals, so she can play a little bit more. I'd love to see Tetsuya go off. So I'm such a Tetsuya Glazer, bro, but I'd love to see him like really be able to play something beyond just the usual chord progressions and octaves that he usually plays. So let me mute my phone. My bad. So yeah, those are. I mean, I have other thoughts, but I mean, it's just gonna be rambling. So in terms of like stuff I can coherently say right now, bass. Let's go. That is that the deepest note we've ever heard Soul sing? Yo. We gotta check. That caught me off guard. I was like, is this so at first? I like this a lot, so immediately. And he's so FaLiLV, but you can hear Ross in it as well. That is... I was sleeping on Drown Out the Noise, dude. What? Is the original this good as well? Because they don't have Taiki and Minami. They have, like, I mean, they have Tutu and they have what Locke and they have Para, and they all do vocals, but not like that. So I'm wondering, was I sleeping on Drown, or is this FaLiLV's Drown, and therefore it's good? Not that Ross is bad, because I like Ross, but you know. Oh, I could tell that Choo sings that part. I can tell Taiki's doing the freaking mannerisms. I like it. I like it a lot. What are we building to? Another. Okay, I'm down. That chorus is so much like slower than I thought it'd be. It's giving like Fist for the New Era vibes. Of the Raw songs I know, there's no choruses that like slow down like that off the top of my head, so that was very unexpected. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. There's got to be Tutu singing in the Ross version, right? I can totally imagine the girls chanting that. Yep, yep. Okay, that was very unexpected. Okay. What the hell are we doing? What the hell are we doing? This is giving Repaint vibes. We're still going? Okay, okay. Yo, that was very, very good. That was unexpectedly good. It's been a while since I've been that shocked by a change, like a mid-song change by FaLiLV. Not that they stopped doing it, but because I've gotten used to it. You know what I mean? Especially 'cause I listen to like a lot of other bands that kind of do similar things. Like Sim always changes up their sound, like you know, from freaking metal to freaking reggae. So I mean, that was. It's not even necessarily that they changed from part A to B, and A and B are so different. like wildly different. It's not necessarily that, but it's how they got from A to B. It's like you expect sonically, oh, music, from what I've heard, it would make sense. Okay, the transition is going to end here. It's going to go. But then the transition just keeps going. I mean, it's even, you can hear in the ending. I was like, I thought the ending would end like 5 seconds earlier than it did. And it just kept going. It made me think, like, is this song going to go even longer? So, man, that was a ride. I don't even remember what I just listened to because I got to listen to it again. But so far, this is top track. I'm not going to lie. This is top track. Yeah, I'm not going to lie. This is top track. They cooked on this. And I'm like, how different is the Ross version? Do I dare listen to it now? No, I'm gonna listen to it later. This is standby reaction. Okay, that was very good. Now interlude, little break. Unless it's gonna be crazy, it's not a break at all. This is a sound I have not heard FaLiLV make. It's giving like Leyline Boom Boom Satellites remix vibes right now. Okay. Oh, okay. Transition into the synth sound, dude. That's a very awkward end, which tells me transitions right into the next song seamlessly. Wait, the next song is Until You Die Out. How does Until You Die Out even start again? No, there's no way that transitions into, actually, given FaLiLV standards, actually, it probably does transition into it if you like listen to it seamlessly. Because obviously, it's not like there's one note that's being held and then cut, and then that exact note is being continued in the next song. Because FaLiLV doesn't do that kind of stuff. Come on, we know FaLiLV. But I feel like this abrupt cut could still kind of work. So okay, maybe not. Even by FaLiLV standards, maybe not. I don't know. I don't have a CD player. I'm not about to buy one. Maybe I will buy one. I already have one at home. Like, why would I buy one right now? I could go to my university's library though, and then play there because I know they have disc readers there. But for the time being, I don't think the interlude to Until You Die Out transition works. But I will withhold any confirmations yet because I don't know. All right, Until You Die Out. It's a bit of a break in the sense that this is not an album mix, so it's gonna be what I'm used to, and this is an existing song. So, yep. All right. I was kind of distracted through that because I was responding to some text messages, but you know, until you die out is until you die out. Good track, but nothing changed, so I'm not gonna comment on it too crazily. Next is Beautiful Things, which I saw a couple people on Twitter saying is pretty good, so let's give it a listen. I'm liking the title. It's giving me like maybe it's gonna be like Flutter of Cherry Blossom vibes, or maybe it's gonna be Short But Seems Long vibes, or How Old You Are Never Forget Your Dream vibes. That would be very nice. That'd be very, very nice. It's a mixed bag though. I mean, this could be anything. So let's listen. Give like Rave Up Tonight intro vibes. This is sounding very different from how I thought it'd sound based on the title. This sounds like an SE that would play as they're walking out onto stage. Okay. Okay. Solo with screaming. What the hell? I love that. The lyric book for that part says nonsense, incomprehensible, contradiction, this is it, and then pity pity with 3 dots. And I guess that's what it is. I gotta listen to that again. I want to hear this live so bad. We've got call and repeat. What is that? Call and reply? Oh my god, I'm retarded. What is it called? Call and response. There we go. Call and response of nonsense. And I'm here for it. That's below. Oh. That is a song that needs to be listened to again. I There's so many things happening in that song, man. Okay, that was very very different from what I thought it was gonna sound like based on the title, though. I felt this is gonna be big. This song, like I think it's gonna be like we're thinking about the cocoon. Like to be honest, not that it's a bad song, but like tracks like Gas kind of get forgotten. I feel like by a lot of fans. Um, Especially like live. Like I don't think they've ever played Gas live besides Cocoon release tour, and then like big one mans. But I feel like this is not gonna be one of those songs that's forgotten. Like this is, I mean, I don't know. Would it become a festival song? I feel like the Pity Pity Pop part has very very good potential to be a festival song. I feel like I got like so many different other songs vibes through this song. Like I got Rave Up Tonight vibes. I got Return to Zero vibes for sure. This is like I don't. It's already gone from my head. I don't know what I just listened to. I need to listen to it again. Like not right now, but this is like in particular. This is a song that's just too complicated to take in one listen. At least for my peanut brain. So all right, next Song of Sealers album mix. I'm gonna assume it's the exact same as Dive and Fist, but obviously still listening to it. Already sounds that way. Yep. Song of Sealers is such a good track live, bro. Yo, hold on. I always thought they were saying Song of Steelers in the chorus. Song of Steelers, we'll break it down, break it down. You tell me they're saying singing Steelers? Where did I get Song of Steelers from? Like, obviously that's the title, but I swear the music video also wrote Song of Steelers. Because, like, during that part, it says it later on the screen. Maybe it never said Song of Steelers on the screen. Like, maybe it only said Steelers and break it down written on the screen, and I just assumed it was a song of because of the title. And I've never seen the actual lyrics until now. Apparently, he's singing. Now we know. All right. So mix wise, it was like the same as what they did for Fist and Dive. Sorry if I sound tired right now. I'm kind of tired. I had a long day and I still have to study after this for a test tomorrow. But here I am. All right. Final track. Unfortunately, I mean, dude. Technically, no news. Actually, you know what? So like to me, Energy and Drown are completely new songs, and they were. I mean, albeit the versions that came out are new songs because we haven't seen the full versions of either song, to my knowledge. But in terms of like truly new songs, it's just Beautiful Things and Who I Am, which is just it's disappointing. I can't sugarcoat that. It's disappointing. Let's see if Who I Am takes it home for us. That's unexpected. Okay. So a thought that I had before starting Who I Am that I forgot to say is Who I Am, in terms of the title, sounds like a continuation of Stay As Who You Are, right? And stay as who you are, and then, you know, who is it that you are? This Who I Am. Okay, I explained that poorly, but you know what I mean. That being said, sonically, you know, musically, I don't think it didn't really give me Stay As Who You Are vibes, which is fine. I don't have any crazy comments off rip. It's nothing is like horrible. Good song. But I don't have any, there wasn't any crazy solo, any really outstanding thing by FaLiLV standards. So I would say best track is Drown Out the Noise and Push Through the Trash, in my opinion. And this is first listen. I mean, first listen opinions always change. Like when I first listened to Channel U by Roku Soku Shakai, I thought, what was it? What song did I think was best? Was it Each Ring? No. It was Orora wa Sakashi ni. Yeah, I thought that was the best track, which is not a bad track at all. But upon listening to it again, best track, like upon listening to it more, the best track is definitely not that. I think was Player One on Channel U. It was, right? Player One is like, yeah, it's between Player One and Monkey Dance in terms of the best song on that track. And so suffice to say, what I think initially is highly subject to being completely different in like next week. That being said, right now, Drown Out the Noise is best track. I'm only gonna rank the new tracks. So for me, that's counting Drown, Beautiful, Who I Am, and Energy Overflow. Yeah, I'll count Overwrite as well. Very haphazard. I would say Drown is number one. Drown, Beautiful, Overwrite, Who I Am, Energy Overflow, in that order. But that's very haphazard. I mean, like, if you told me to hum a single part from Beautiful Things, I literally couldn't right now, because I only listened to it once. But that is from my, just the feelings remaining. That's what it is, in my opinion. Overall, though, very... Okay, I was going to say very solid album, but it's like so many of the tracks you already had. So I won't say very solid album. I will say very solid new songs. Okay. StandBy. It was solid though. Not disappointed. I'm only disappointed at the fact that they released so many existing songs and they didn't have as many new songs. But in terms of the content that they did give us, I'm not disappointed in it at all whatsoever. I like to think that StandBy is implying how cool would it be if the next album was called Phase 3. Right, because we had Phase 1 FaLiLV, right, starting from Scorching, and then we go into from Evolving, it's Next Stream, and what is the extreme next thing? What is the next stream? Phase 2. Okay, and so during this entire time we've been in Phase 2, so to speak, and now we're standing by. Well, first of all, we had a cocoon for the golden future, so we were in the cocoon during cocoon for the golden future, right? We're cooking up. We're waiting for the respawn timer. And now we're standing by. How cool would it be if the next album is called Phase 3? That would be very cool. That would be very, very cool. That being said, solid album. I need to listen to it more. This video is long enough. I need to study. But this is solid. Good job, FaLiLV. And I already know that because of the people hating on Overwrite, not only just Westerners hating on the AI, but like I feel like I saw a lot of Chinese fans on Twitter just hating on Overwrite. There's probably gonna be haters for this as well, but FaLiLV always has my heart. I don't know. I just tapped my shoulder. FaLiLV always has my heart. They did good, and I'd love to listen to it more, but I'm so busy right now. I'll listen to it tomorrow after the test. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next time.